Tony D and Little Joan somewhere in the house, and this is a screenwriter's rant on a Roku original, first time female director starring Chelsea Peretti and Jordan Peele. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Okay, so there are a lot of funny people in this. What's the name? Amy Poehler, Andy Richter, Jordan Peele, Chelsea Peretti. What's his face? I can't think of his name now. He's also from Parks and Rec. Blake, Uncle Blazer from Workaholics. She looks very familiar. Oh gosh, I can't think of her name. But a lot of funny looking. Nick Kroll, very funny. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. It's got kind of almost a The Office sensibility, only it's with a stage play. And so it's called First Time Female Director because it's about a first time female director. And Chelsea Peretti is a funny stand up person. That's her down here. And so she wrote this and directed it too. So she is directing it, first time female director. So it's probably going to be a lot about that dynamic, putting her in the role. Is she ready? Is she not ready? All that kind of stuff. But it does look funny. It does look funny. Doesn't look like it's particularly woke. Um, you know, because right away she also is talking to a black girl about the glass ceiling, and immediately she's like, "Well, you're kind of my glass ceiling." So she's kind of like already got, a rival trying to come up behind her. So I think this can be fun. It looks fun. You've got, a wacky cast of characters. You got one old actress. She keeps bringing in coaches, and there are other funny actors who make cameos. This is sort of the main cast. And you've got the out of control stars. You've got this guy here, I think it's him, who steals all the donuts. Andy Richter, who's like the theater manager, who's sort of bumbling. He's usually pretty good in this stuff. So you got a lot of funny people with good comic timing. So, and Uncle Blazer, gotta love him. Glad to see him in something. So yeah, I would totally watch this. First act, I'm not sure. It feels like a TV show, but I looked it up. It appears to be a movie. So if it's going to be a movie, it's probably going to center around her, Chelsea, trying to get her play up and rolling, right? So first act, they drop the bomb that she's going to be directing the play now because the previous director was a man, can't do it for whatever reason. And so she's kind of shocked and a little bit overwhelmed at first, but she's excited for the new role. Amy Poehler plays her therapist. Along the way, she's undermined at every turn by her own decisions and other wacky circumstances like her own therapist. Andy Richter, I think, unintentionally undermines her. And of course, the cast, they're just nuts. And so she has to deal with that. So the second act is her trying to direct a damn play, and it just goes horribly wrong. The cast won't bond. She tries all sorts of things. She takes them out on a hike. She brings in different coaches. She buys them donuts. But it doesn't quite work. Everybody's kind of, and here's I think the previous guy who's super successful. She's trying to make her own way, and everything's going wrong. But at the end, she finally does. And again, in a comedy, the only thing that matters is if it's funny. It doesn't really matter whether she fixes the play or not. Whether she finishes the play or not. Unfortunately, I think they would probably go that way. I think it would be funnier if she destroyed it. I think it would be funnier if the whole thing unraveled, but, or if it was an accidental hit because it was so terrible. Something like that. Kind of like the producers, some along those lines. But I think they're going for a more grounded reality. So you're probably going to get a thing where she does finish the play, but she's not happy with it. But it's kind of like she wins, but she sort of loses, and life goes on. That kind of thing. And it'll probably be short too, because I think Chelsea Peretti does have a great sense of comic timing. But I don't think she has a huge budget here, so she can't like burn down the theater. So, I think it'll wrap up quickly, and then it'll peak to something, probably some emotional kind of comedic ending, and then the possibilities of a sequel. So, I would see it mostly because Chelsea Peretti's work is pretty good. So I would give it a chance. She's usually pretty funny. She was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Andy Richter, although I don't like his politics, he was pretty funny back in the Conan days. Uncle Blazer is always a treat. And at Jordan Peele, I'd rather see him do comedy. Much rather see him do comedy than any of the other stuff he's done. I wish he'd just keep doing comedies, quite frankly. Even though Hollywood, I think they kind of, look, his one comedy movie with Peele didn't work out. I don't know what happened. A lot of people saw it, said it wasn't that great, but, comedy can be pretty tough to pull off, especially in movie form. Kind of sucks, because they were a great team. Their show's great. I wish they had just done a Key and Peele movie where they just did a bunch of sketches. I think that would have been fun. But Hollywood just doesn't want any comedy now. So this is a rare treat on Roku. So I would totally watch it. And I very well might, because I think Roku is free. Let's see if there's a write-up. No write-up. All right. So first-time female director, Chelsea Peretti and Jordan Peele. Check it out. Sometime soon. Oh, March 8th. Oh, day before my birthday. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan, somewhere in the house. I am at Valari's today for the big market there from 11 to 2. So come on out to Sicklerville, New Jersey for Valari's Lakeside Market, 11 to 2. Before the Super Bowl, get yourself a copy of the Pineys. Impress all your friends. And then on Monday, I'll be at Newfield Library at 6 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one and on the live stream where we do it live sometime tonight.